Hey there, it's Jared Hamilton with the Hamilton Group at Cherry Creek Mortgage. Welcome to another edition of Java with Jared. Happy Friday once again, and once again, happy Friday the 13th. Well, even though Friday the 13th is unlucky, we got a little lucky this week, and the slide in terms of interest rates has stopped, at least as of this week. You know, over the last 3 to 4 weeks, we've seen rates progressively get a little bit worse, and this week, rates got a little bit better to about the same than where they ended the week last week. Last week we saw the unemployment number that caused rates to get worse. And this week it did not continue through, and we actually saw interest rates improve slightly from where they ended the week last week. Now, it was a pretty light week of economic data, and the data that was released actually showed that the economy was really, not doing that great. We did see retail sales that came in lower than expected. We also saw the producer price index come in much lower than expected. Both the core and the headline number were down 0.5%. And low inflation is typically good for interest rates. And actually, the year-over-year number is down 0.6%, and that is one of the only times that, at least since they changed how they did these numbers back in 2009, that we've seen the year-over-year number actually show a negative decline. And again, it's down 0.6%. We did also see consumer sentiment, which was released today, and that was also less than expected. So all those things, from an economic standpoint, shows that maybe there's no inflation, which is good for interest rate, and consumers are not buying quite as much, which typically would result in good interest rates, as well as sentiment being down a little bit. Today, the stock market is also suffering, and the Dow is down over 235 points as of about 10:30 today, down almost 1% just for the day, and the S&P index is down about 23 points, which is also about 1%. I've been saying over the last couple of weeks, in order for interest rates to get better, we're really going to need to see the stock market suffer and decline. And this week, that started happening, but it has not really translated into an improvement terribly, as much as we might expect, to interest rates. The reason being is that next week we're going to see the Federal Reserve meeting, and the market is really wanting to find out, what is the Federal Reserve going to say, and what is going to be the course of direction on when interest rates, when the Fed funds and discount rate needs to start going up. Over the last couple of months, the market has been thinking that the Federal Reserve is going to need to tighten credit a little bit quicker, or in the shorter term. And honestly, with some of these numbers here, with inflation being low and a little bit of a stumble into the consumer sentiment and retail spending, I just don't think that the Federal Reserve really has a whole lot of room to tighten credit, because they don't want to tighten credit and stall the economy too quickly. So the market right now is also really wanting to find out what the Federal Reserve is going to do. So next week we're going to see the Fed release their statement, and that will kind of set the direction here for a little bit. We'll keep you informed. If you're working this weekend, so are we. If you have any clients that need any help or putting any offers, we're finding right now that a call from the lender to the listing agent really helps a whole lot. So if you have a client that is putting in an offer, competing with multiple offers, we're always happy to call that listing agent, talk to them about this client, and let them know that they're very well qualified and will be closing the loan. So again, if you need any help, give us a call. Thanks for joining me with Java with Jared. Hope you have a wonderful Friday the 13th and a very happy St. Patrick's Day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.